Hey everybody, how's it going? Got another project this week for the 2002 Ford Ranger. I went onto Amazon and I purchased this inexpensive steamer. I figured it would be pretty good to kind of clean the interior, maybe parts of the engine bay that I, maybe a little dirty, greasy, whatever. This thing was pretty cheap, but it seemed to get good reviews on Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it up and fill it with water, let it steam, and then I guess I'll try to clean the seats. The seats for the truck are not super dirty, but I mean, this truck is old and who knows what's kind of locked in there. So I'll give it a try, and depending upon what might come out of the seats, I don't know. I'm not really expecting much to come out, but maybe like the sides down here. Then I'll try the engine bay, so stay tuned. Okay, I got it filled up with water. It comes with this little funnel and this little cup. You're supposed to use distilled water. I don't have any, so I'm just gonna use regular tap water at this point. But takes probably about 5 or 10 minutes for this thing to heat up. I guess once that LED goes off, then it's ready. And I put this kind of upholstery end on there, and I've got a brand new microfiber. So I guess what you do is you steam it and you try to blot off the dirt. So give this a few more minutes and then I'll get started. Well, I think a little too much water came out that time, but no problem, it'll dry. Yeah, a little bit of dirt coming off. I don't know if you can see that or not. Try that again. Yeah, it's not really supposed to soak the seat, it's supposed to just steam it. So I think when I first started, it wasn't quite hot enough, because the back of the seat is visibly wet, whereas these sides right here, basically just a little damp. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't think these seats were super dirty to begin with, but a little bit of dirt came off. And the back actually doesn't even feel wet at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these lower portions here and work my way over to there. Like I said, I don't think these seats were really too dirty to begin with, but maybe I'll also try the seat belt. That's the problem when you keep something clean to begin with. Maybe a little bit right there. There's not a whole lot to work with, so I'm gonna try this seat belt. All right, well, I've got this whole driver's seat done, and like I suspected, it wasn't really dirty. You can see what kind of came off the seat, but you know, it's nice to know that the seats were pretty clean to begin with. I'm gonna do the passenger side. I remember that one was much more stained when I got the truck, so I have a feeling that one will come a little cleaner. But at least with the hot steam, it says it's supposed to kill all the bed bugs. So it's definitely good knowing my truck is not gonna have any bed bugs. So this is just, this is wet. I suppose I'll let that dry. I'll do that side over there, then I'll probably have to refill it, and then I will turn to the engine bay and see what I can clean up in there. Well, I've got the interior done, and that included the seat belts, and there were some stains that visibly came out, probably like, you know, greased or whatever, and the seats are still a little bit damp. Those are the marks you're looking at on camera. But overall, the interior was really not dirty, so it did do a really good job of taking a couple stains out of the floor mats. Of course, you know, a hose and a scrub brush would do the same thing. So while it's refilled and warming, I'm going to turn my attention to the engine bay, and maybe there's a couple areas I can reach to kind of degrease. So a couple more minutes and I'll get started on that. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but I did this section of the hood pad, and yeah, definitely that's working. This is something that was really dirty. It's kind of a fabric. So I think the steamer definitely does work on something that's dirty. But of course, you know, the seats on the inside weren't dirty like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down, and I'll do the other half. All right, well, wrapping up, seemed to do an okay job. I mean, in the end, I don't really care if this hood pad is cleaned and sterilized, but it looked like something that I might be able to, you know, give it a try. It did indeed take off the crap, and I have cleaned this before with, you know, the hose and just a sponge. So I guess overall it's okay. I mean, I think the thing was like 35 bucks. The next step up, you could buy one that's maybe $100. I'm sure it's much more powerful, but you know, I guess it did what I needed it to do, and I'll probably end up using it maybe once a year, so it's not really worth buying one that's a lot more money. You know, I'd rather just have that, and if I don't use it, oh well, I don't care. But at least I know the truck interior is pretty clean. I mean, it needs to be vacuumed out, I guess, a little bit, but you know, this truck serves my needs. It's certainly not a show truck, but I do use it, you know, for Home Depot, and carries a lot of stuff during the week and on the weekend, so for that, it serves my purpose. But anyway, I guess that'll kind of do it for now. One more project done. As always, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot. And this Ford Ranger series is really super popular. By far more views than any of my other videos. More than the Mustang, more than the Prelude, more than the Miata, even more than the Jeep that I had. So I'm glad to be helping out some people, showing them what you can accomplish with really not a lot of money, and a vehicle that's really not expensive anymore. So I guess that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.